Hi, this is Elizabeth from Elope to Savannah, and I am going to go through all the simple steps for basically start to finish what you guys, will go through when you book an elopement with us. Everything is super simple. We just want to kind of outline that just because we get a lot of people asking, like, what do we do? How do we do this? And same sort of questions over and over again. So I'm just going to go through all the steps. It's very simple, and hopefully this will help some of you guys know what to expect. So the first thing that you need to do after you've found our website is, well, first of all, look at the website. Look at every single page. Like, we didn't put those there just for fun. Every single page has tons of photographs on it. Almost all of them are labeled as to where they were taken, and so there's tons of pictures on there. There's a link up at the top to look at the frequently asked questions. If you read all of those, you will be way ahead of the game, and you will know so many things that people start asking, like, even before they talk to us. So read those. Those are super important things. Again, like I said, we didn't put them there for fun. We put them there because people ask them all the time. Go look at the packages. The packages are laid out in a very simple way, so that everything should be pretty straightforward. There's a couple that have discounts. Most of them don't, but there's a couple that do. Check those out. Look at the photos again, like I said, and then take time, read about us. We have an about page that has bios about me and Doug and some of our support staff that you may encounter, because sometimes we can't be there for your wedding. So we have some other awesome photographers and officiants that we work with, and you can see their pictures and know what to expect there. Also, you can check out our Facebook page, where basically every day we post pictures from a wedding. We are able to do this because we shoot more than a year's worth of weddings every year. Hopefully that will be true this year as well. So you can check out some stuff. They're usually about 2 weeks behind. You can see what kind of flowers and things are blooming. Also check out our Instagram, although it's not really trying to be better about posting there, but it's not quite as prolific as the Facebook page. We also have a YouTube channel. Obviously, you're here right now, or you're looking at this on the Facebook page. So check that out. There's some very helpful informational videos on there that explain things anywhere from how to get your marriage license to how to download your photos. There's a video for each location that we use, explaining the pros and cons of that. But just look at everything on that website, because it's there for a reason. And there's also all kinds of little pop-up things and links everywhere that will give you tons of information. So after you do that, go to the Contact Us page. We are best reached by email. We like to keep a written record of everything that is said so that we don't forget anything. Because if we forget something, then that could potentially screw up your day. And we don't want anything to be wrong. We want it to be perfect for you. So contact us by email, and we will get back to you as soon as humanly possible. We frequently get told that we are the fastest responders of any other elopement company in town. So we will respond within seconds, if not minutes, unless we're doing a wedding, and it could be an hour or two. But we will get right back to you as soon as we can. Okay, so after you contact us and you've looked at all the packages on the page, you've looked at the locations, so you might have an idea of what you want to do. So you basically let us know if you're thinking about, like, Forsyth Park or the beach or Pulaski Square or Lafayette Square. You can put that info in there, and then we can get things going for you. And then we're going to send you a link to the scheduling service that we use. In that link, there's also a bunch of stuff to read. I know reading is a lot, and there is a lot of it on there. We have a fairly extensive contract, and I know, just like most things, when you sign up for something, you just sort of click yes, 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 whatever. But there is some really important stuff on there, especially things that you have to click that you understand. things like the guest policy, which would be 5 guests or fewer. Otherwise, you're going to be charged $100 per person. But right now, especially with the pandemic going on, we're trying to really keep that to 5 people or fewer, in addition to the bride and groom, or bride and bride, or groom and groom. So yeah, please read everything. There's also frequently asked questions on there, and yeah, and the contract. So just be sure to read those. It'll ask you everything about, so basically all you have to do is pick your date, your time, your location, the color of the flowers that you want, and put out your name, your fiance's name, your phone number, and your address, and that's basically it. You also have to pay a 50% deposit. That's just half of the total price of the package. If there are any applicable discounts, like if you are an educator or a medical professional, you can get a discount on our Elope to Savannah Plus package or the Southern Gothic. But that discount will be applied to your balance, not the deposit or retainer fee. So that'll be on there. And then once you've done that, you don't have to do anything. Except obviously, book your hotel room, pick out what you're going to wear. If you're worried about guests, and this is a real big secret, it's like, don't tell anybody. We didn't, and we eloped. We didn't tell anybody. Nobody was there, and it was great. So there's that little extra little bit of thing. We will get in contact with you right after you book, and then you probably won't hear from us until the Monday before your wedding. If your wedding is in the earlier part of the week, it will be like the week prior, but if you're getting married on a weekend, it'll be that same week. Always on Monday, possibly Sunday, but mostly 99% of the time it's going to be on a Monday. We'll send out a confirmation email confirming the time, place, the amount that you owe, the flower colors, the location, all of that good stuff. And then just as long as you have your Georgia marriage license, all you have to do is show up. Like literally, like you don't need to think about anything else. Like it's just, a lot of times people think that it's got to be stressful and there's a million different things to think about, or you need to obsess about like one little detail or one other thing. You just really need to show up. Right now we've started suggesting that people get there about 5 to 10 minutes early, just so we can fill out paperwork, your license that you bring with you before we get into your photos, because once we get there, and then this goes into the process of what happens when we meet you. So in the email, the confirmation, we're going to tell you where to meet. On the beach, there's a specific beach access that we use. In Forsyth Park, we always meet at the fountain, regardless of whether you're going to get married at the fountain or somewhere off in the trees. Or if you picked a square, we just meet in the square because they're all so small you can see the whole thing from one spot. And in the cemetery, there's some very detailed descriptions for that. So we meet. We will complete your marriage license if you have that. Sometimes people are choosing to renew their vows or do some sort of commitment ceremony. Otherwise, we just do that, chat for a little bit so that we can kind of break the ice, get to know each other a little bit. And then basically we just do it. Sometimes people will have guests there, and like someone will want to walk one of one part of the couple, up to get married if they arrive separately or something. Again, we try to keep this thing as simple as possible. So that's not real common, but it can happen. And if that's what you're really, really wanting to do, we can certainly set that up. Sometimes people will do a first look. We can do that as well. But really, we just sort of, go right into the ceremony. If you've got vows that you want to read to each other, you can certainly do those. Occasionally people will incorporate a sand ceremony, which is really complicated to do on the beach because there's not, like, you're not supposed to have glass on the beach, and most of those have glass containers involved, so we don't really recommend that. But we've had jumping the broom, hand fasting, stuff like that. If you're doing that, obviously just let us know in advance, and we can, certainly oblige you with those. So that's basically it. Like, we do the ceremony. It's very brief. That's when your time starts, and then we go around either for 30 minutes or including the ceremony, or an hour, also including the ceremony, for your photos. Or if you're getting the signing plus, just for about 10 or 15 minutes after we sign the license. So that's basically it. The only thing that we that I could add to this is we stress, like, being on time, just because we don't want you to either lose the light, or we don't want you to be stressed out mostly. That's it's just like, if something about this process is stressing you out, just don't do it. We just try to make everything as happy and stress-free as possible. And then after that, your time, together with us comes to an end, and then, a couple weeks later, we'll send you a link to some photos, and you're all done, and you're all married. Everything is pretty simple. We've gone to great lengths to make everything on that website really informative and, simple, and put all of the questions out there that everybody is always asking, so that it's easy and stress-free. That's what we want for you guys. All right, so that is the end of this one, and just I'll put a list of these things down in the area below the video, and yeah, like I said, check out that website and do all the other things, and we look forward to meeting you in the future. All right.